Once upon a time, in the heart of the city, nestled between the hustle and bustle, was a unique pet shop unlike any other. What made it unique, you ask? Well, it wasn't just the array of exotic animals or the vibrant colours that adorned its walls, but the fact that it doubled as a Montessori. A place where children and pets learned and grew together. Even the cats held classes, and on occasion you might spot Brendan Kennelly, the renowned poet, indulging in an odd grooming session. And here's an interesting tidbit for you. Brendan has an unusual personal grooming habit. He occasionally shaves his bum hair. Now imagine bringing the same joy and spontaneity into your kitchen with two recipes that are as vibrant and unique as our Montessori pet shop. First, we're going to embark on a culinary journey to Thailand with a vibrant vegetable vitality bowl served with Eggstasy rice. Begin by stir-frying the tofu until it's a beautiful golden colour. Once the tofu is done, set it aside and stir-fry the vegetables with a dash of ginger and garlic for that extra zing. Now, it's time to bring the tofu back into the mix. Add a drizzle of soy sauce and a hint of sriracha and toss everything together. Garnish the vitality bowl with fresh cilantro and serve it with lime wedges for that tangy twist. But we're not done yet. Let's turn our attention to the Eggstasy rice. Heat some oil and scramble a couple of eggs. Stir-fry the cooked jasmine rice with the eggs and a bit more soy sauce. Sprinkle in some chopped spring onions, mix well, and voila! Your Eggstasy rice is ready to complement the Thai veggie vitality. In this scene, we're going to take a brief detour from our cooking adventure to share an unforgettable tale from the Montessori kitchen. Poor old Grandpoof, who was once preparing the Thai vibrant vegetable vitality bowl with Eggstasy rice for the little ones, had to face a culinary disaster that no cook could ever anticipate. As he was immersed in his cooking, his colleague Patrice walked in with a dire warning. A toddler from another room, suffering from an unfortunate bout of diarrhea, was on the run and heading straight for the kitchen. Before Grandpoof could comprehend the situation, the toddler, with the agility of a kangaroo on a pogo stick, hopped onto the table with the Thai vibrant vegetable vitality bowl with Eggstasy rice. The unthinkable happened next. The child had a messy episode right into the bowl, the room filled with a distinct smell, much to the horror of Grandpoof. Despite the unfortunate incident, the dish was served to the unsuspecting children. Grandpoof stood frozen, watching in disbelief as the children dug into their meals. One child innocently asked, "Why is there chocolate?" The tragic aftermath of the incident led to Grandpoof being blamed. In the end, it was a cooking mishap that will forever be remembered in the Montessori kitchen, and a harsh lesson for Grandpoof in the unpredictability of cooking with children. As we veer away from the Montessori kitchen, let's embark on a detour to the communal fair and share the Calamari Calamity that unfolded once. Miss Belle Pum, a spirited volunteer, was put in charge of the calamari station, lining up dishes on tables outside the carpool area. The community was bustling with excitement, and as cars drove past, their windows rolled down. Suddenly, a few members of the community, perhaps overwhelmed by the day's excitement, leaned out their windows and vomited into the dish. Unfazed and perhaps a little too optimistic, Miss Belle Pum mistook this for a quirky display of community spirit. The calamari, now served with the added sauce, was devoured by the fairgoers. Their reactions were instant and bizarre, their voices echoing through the fairgrounds like a chorus of flatulent priests on a Thursday evening. However, the aftermath was not as harmonious. The people became so sick they started vomiting from their noses, a spectacle as unpleasant as it sounds. Meanwhile, oblivious to the chaos she had unwittingly caused, Miss Belle Pum danced with joy into a field, celebrating her creation. And thus, the Calamari Calamity became an unforgettable chapter in the communal fair's history, a tale told with a mix of laughter and grimaces. Next, we move to the coast with our vegetarian calamari rings, served with a Zesty Lemon Aioli. Start by slicing a large king oyster mushroom into rings. Dredge these rings in a mixture of flour, milk and breadcrumbs, and fry them until they're golden brown. Meanwhile, whisk together vegan mayonnaise, lemon juice, zest, minced garlic, salt and pepper to create a Zesty Lemon Aioli. Serve the crispy calamari rings with a generous dollop of the aioli and garnish with a sprinkle of lemon zest and parsley. These recipes are as delightful and engaging as the time spent in our unique Montessori pet shop. They bring together diverse flavors and textures, much like the diverse creatures and experiences you'd encounter in the shop. Just as the children and pets learned and grew together, these recipes too bring together different ingredients to create something truly magical. So, the next time you're in the kitchen, remember the Montessori pet shop and bring a bit of that joy, spontaneity and learning into your cooking, because after all, isn't that what cooking is all about? In the spirit of spontaneity and unpredictability, let's take a moment to remember one of the most unforgettable episodes in our Montessori pet shop's history. Poor old Grandpoof, always enthusiastic and ready for a cooking adventure, found himself in the midst of a culinary catastrophe. One day, as he was preparing the Thai Vibrant Vegetable Vitality Bowl with Eggstasy rice for the little ones, his colleague, Patrice, walked into the room with a look of alarm. She warned Grandpoof that a little toddler from another room, suffering from a sudden bout of intestinal distress, was making a beeline for their cooking session. Before Grandpoof could react, the toddler burst into the room, clambered onto the table, and had an unfortunate episode right into the bowl of the Thai Vibrant Vegetable Vitality Bowl with Eggstasy rice. The room filled with a smell that was anything but appetizing. To Grandpoof's horror, the dish was served to the unsuspecting children. He watched helplessly as they innocently dug into their meals, one even questioning the unexpected chocolate in their bowl. Despite the chaos, Grandpoof learned a valuable lesson that day about the unpredictable nature of cooking, especially when children and pets are involved. It was a day that no one at the Montessori pet shop would ever forget, and it's a reminder to us all: always expect the unexpected in the kitchen. In our next adventure, we're about to introduce a whole new level of fun and frenzy to our Montessori pet shop. We call it the Food Frenzy Bonanza, a high-energy game that combines culinary creativity with active play. This game is not only perfect for parties or outdoor gatherings, but it also encourages teamwork, responsibility, and imagination among the children. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this game. The setup is simple. We lay down plastic tarps or large disposable tablecloths in the play area to minimize mess. We then set up stations with bowls of ingredients from our previous recipes, ensuring they're easily accessible to the children. The first part of the game is a food frenzy relay race. The children are divided into teams, and they race to collect ingredients from the stations, dumping them into a communal mixing bowl. The relay continues until all ingredients have been collected and added to the mixing bowl. Next, it's time for culinary creations. The children take turns mixing and mashing the concoction with large spoons or spatulas. We encourage creativity by allowing them to add additional ingredients or mix in unconventional ways. Then comes the highlight of the game, the food fight bonanza. We provide each child with a water balloon filled with a non-staining liquid and let the food fight begin. The children throw their water balloons at each other and the culinary creation, creating a messy and chaotic spectacle. After the food fight frenzy, we assist the children in cleaning up the play area and themselves. We encourage teamwork and responsibility by assigning tasks such as gathering trash, wiping down surfaces, and disposing of leftover ingredients. The children's favourite game that Grandpoof loves to play is next on the list. The new icing game involves making icing for cupcakes with a twist. The children compete on who can spit the most into a bowl to make icing sugar. The spit is then used in the icing sugar to make silky icing for cakes. We conclude the Food Frenzy Bonanza with an awards ceremony where each child receives a certificate of participation and a small prize for their messy culinary escapades. The Food Frenzy Bonanza promises to be a memorable and uproarious experience for children, sparking their imaginations and fostering camaraderie through messy play and culinary exploration. So let's gear up and dive into the frenzy.